Tommy, first of all then, how did you find that as a challenge, as a workout, given everything you and as the squad have been through with training in the last few days and weeks?
Yeah, it was a good workout. I think we knew what to expect coming into the game. A good side that were going to cause us problems, but equally we've worked hard for the last 2 or 3 weeks to... I know we've had a lot of different faces recently as well, that was difficult, but as a unit we've worked hard in terms of the way we want to play. Put a lot of work in. It's been a tough pre-season but an enjoyable one, and I think today was a good chance for us to showcase that, because they are hard pre-seasons, no one likes it, but today is what we all look forward to really. And first and foremost, having fans back was fantastic, and it felt a little bit strange running out and hearing that roar. Took me by surprise a little bit, and hopefully that continues, and we get games like that for a pre-season end to end. But I don't know, as a player it felt really good, so for a neutral I'm sure it was good.
Very competitive game. How much confidence do you take from the fact that it was that against Premier League opposition? I
think just in the way we our discipline to play and our discipline to get back, that's what we take a lot from it. Obviously we know it's just a friendly, and some teams set up to sort of enjoy it a little bit more, or you get out what you put in at the end of the day in friendlies, and we knew today that we wanted to set the tone for the season and just sort of show in patches if we can how we want to play, our intensity with the ball and without it is important to us. It's our identity, and I think at times we could see that today, and we got 2 goals, which was nice, but we're competitors and we don't like losing games, so we're a little bit disappointed leaving tonight with 3-2 defeat, but albeit friendly, and we got a good workout.
How difficult has it been, having seen so many players absent, new lads come in, trialists come and go, different ways of training, I suppose, just to get to a match day?
I think at the minute, we're footballers and football clubs having to be really robust in the way they act. Times are changing, and it's the new reality for us now, and how can we adapt for our season, because it's inevitable, it could happen again. I think if we've prepared for it the way we have, and we are disciplined as a club, and individually we've got that responsibility that we should all take serious to look after ourselves, our families, and this is our job at the end of the day. We need to be professional, we need to be able to play every single minute of every game, and sometimes it's taken out your hands, unfortunately, with what's going on, but yeah, I think that's what we aspire to do, and we'll try and push that now, because this season is going to be so important that we have everyone available for the majority of the season, and some clubs are going to lose out if they slip up, and I don't want it to be us. So we've had that little hiccup, and hopefully we can see past it now.
There's been such progress, vaccines, testing, all that. Football as an industry has been white hot on all those types of things, but is there still a fear amongst players that you might train all week and on a Friday lunchtime you get the nod that the opposition have lost 3 or 4 players and the game goes?
Yeah, and it's not a fear you carry, but it definitely it certainly shocks you when it happens. It shocked us all, something that really innocuous happened, and before you know it you're down to bare minimums, and that upsets training, because before that we had two weeks of fantastic training. The level was so high. I've really enjoyed it, coming back into same old environment, but new players and new staff, and that's something that we've learned from. And today, what an example of how to push through the adversity when such a large group of different players. An enjoyable one though, because some of the lads there, they really did well for themselves, and fair play to them.
In terms of, just finally for me, getting used to the type of football Richie Wellens wants to play, where do you think you're at in that development process?
I think in spells we've got that, we can see it. I think we're all on the same page, because as footballers, if you see how he's set up his teams out over the past, and he's shown us how he wants us to play, and we've gone through patterns of play and training games of that tempo. It's enjoyable to play that way, it's high tempo, and some of the best teams in the world are doing it and getting a lot of success at high levels. You've seen England do it at the Euros and teams like that, and it's hard to do, but when you get it right, it's fantastic, and it's so enjoyable for the fans when they've got honesty from a defensive point of view, but also an offensive point of view where it's free flowing, and the 3 goals today, could we have been a bit tighter? And I think we could have. That's being honest with ourselves. They are top opposition, but players that can kill a game in a second. So if we can learn to nullify that at this level, then we should find it a little bit easier at our level when we come to it. But obviously, them games change. Today was a good test, and we'll move on now to Wednesday.
Thank you. How much are you enjoying it? Because like in all these games, you've been everywhere on the pitch. Seem to have that license to go wherever you need to go find that space. How much are you enjoying it?
Yeah, loving it. The manager speaks to me often. And he just says it looks like I'm enjoying it, and I am. It's when you've got a manager that encourages it, it's so much easier. And I'm trying to tell the young lads that as well at the time. He wants you to make mistakes in the right way, because obviously we said to some of the midfielders, you're going to make mistakes the way we want to play, but puts it in the mind that we are on the front foot and we're progressive. And I think if we play that way and we are brave in our decisions, decisions to run, decisions to pass, then we will have success this season without a doubt. And I mean, that's entirely up to the group that goes into the season. When we do go into the season, how good we are. But on a personal level, it's fantastic to play in, and I think we're just scraping the surface at the minute, because obviously we're in between teams and players, and there's no continuity at the minute. But that's the strength that I've seen. Is the club always seems to find that way with turnaround of players to build a squad that's hungry to compete.
In terms of continuity, what you have managed to have this pre-season is very close, just ahead of you. That relationship seems to be really, really coming on. It's clicked quite quickly. Yeah,
Ben's done brilliant. He was a person that I looked for as soon as I came. It was a notable signing, and it made me think, hold on a minute, that's a great signing for the club. And he's been an example in training, just of not only the basics, but just an example in terms of his professionalism. He's a good person to be around, but I think there's so much more that he can show over the last few years he's been building. And I think if he gets it right with this manager, the way he wants him to play, he could have an outstanding season, and he has the potential. And obviously that's down to his teammates and himself to push him, and obviously get a bit of luck, and hopefully he can go and have a great season, and it'll be good for us, good for everyone. So yeah, it's been nice to play with him early on.
Richard said he kind of considered this one the first proper friendly of pre-season. Does it feel like pre-season kind of starts now, the proper bit, but you are really working towards the first game?
Yeah, I think so. Hunty came in early, said it's that one where you get the sort of nerves in the belly, the butterflies there a little bit, and I think that's what football is about, isn't it? Obviously we understand each level, each game is a test, and you're building something that first game against Wimbledon. But this one today, it did feel something special. I don't know if it had with the fans at home and coming back home for me personally and things like that. And yeah, it definitely was that game that you just mentioned. Something felt right, and hopefully now we can kick on and go into the next game flying and recover well over the next few days.
How was that homecoming for you?
Brilliant. Delighted to get a goal. Didn't expect it, and I think that's the way the manager wants me to play, and I'm going to be in them areas. He wants me to score goals. He knows I can do it in my career, and as a player, when you get that encouragement, then it gives you another 10%. So hopefully I can show that to the fans, and I can be better than I've ever been before at this club.